A Cosori 5.8 air fryer with presets. Hi, I'm Urshi, my blog is TwoSleevers.com, and today we're going to give you an unbiased review of this Cosori. Now there are multiple different models out there. This one is a CP358, and what makes this Cosori different from the other ones is a preset function that I'm going to walk you through. Before I do that, however, I want to talk to you about two things. One is the size of this, but more importantly, why you should listen to me. I have two best-selling air fryer cookbooks. You may have seen these at Costco or Target or wherever else. If you haven't, you need to go get them on Amazon. But anyway, I know what I'm doing with air fryers, and I've also reviewed quite a few of them on this channel if you're interested in the others. So the first question I get asked about air fryers is what's the best air fryer for me? And it's going to depend on a variety of things, including how much capacity you need at one time. Capacity can be extremely misleading. You'll find people tell you that it has 5.8 quarts, 3.7, 3.4, 2. It's very confusing. The best way to do it is something like this where you watch a video. So what I'm going to do today is actually I'm going to show you a compare and contrast between two Cosoris. This one is the 5.8. I have to tell you, Cosori sent me this one. I get sent a lot of things. If I don't like it, I don't review it. I'm actually completely in love with Cosoris, and I'll explain to you why. This one I bought for myself. It's really cute. It's white. It's 3.7 quarts. It fits in my kitchen. I love it. So you have a couple of choices in these. So this is like a 3-quart-ish, and this is the 5.7 quarts. Now, in order to make the difference between these two real, what I thought I would do is I would work with something that most of us have at home, which are cans of tomatoes or cans of corn or something else. So here's the 3.7. I can comfortably fit in 4 cans, and if I were a determined person, which I can be, I will stick in another can of tomato paste, for example. So this is the capacity in a 3.7. So what does this mean? This typically means, about a pound of chicken tenders, about 12, 16 chicken wings. The Cosori's huge advantage, in my mind, is the square basket. The square basket makes it so that you don't lose space. I have a review of a Ninja air fryer, which I love. It's round. The Go-Eyes that I've reviewed, round. What that means is you lose space around the edges. So these square rectangular baskets are my preference. Okay, so this was a 3.7. Let me transfer this into the 5.8 and you can see how much capacity we have. Let me transfer everything from the 3.7 can, and let me keep going. I can put in 5 and 6, and these are smaller tomato paste jars, and 7. That's a lot more. What that could mean is the difference between a whole bag of chicken wings versus, maybe a little less than half the bag. Okay. I had mentioned earlier that this Cosori has some capabilities that the others don't. And the main one is the ability to set a preset to whatever temperature and time you like. Okay, so let's show you how. If I pressed fish, they have presets for stuff. This looks like a steak, chicken, fish, shrimp. Now, if I want to change this time, let's say that I want to do my shrimp at 350 for 7 minutes, for 350, and then I press time and temperature again, and I want to do it for 7 minutes. Okay. Now, if I want to keep the setting the way it is, all I have to do is hold down the shrimp button. It's that simple. There are a couple of ways you could use this. Let's say that you make something all the time. You always make fish or shrimp or whatever, and the recipe book you use, hopefully one of mine, calls for a different time frame. You could just set it there. But here's another use I think that is more valuable, which is when you have other family members who are constantly making the same thing. So let's say you have kids in the house that are constantly making tater tots, or a spouse that's constantly making French fries or frozen stuff because they have not been introduced to my book and they don't understand that they can make fresh food, but we won't digress. In that situation, what you could do is forget about what the preset says. Just tell your kid, shrimp is egg rolls, or shrimp is the pizza, or whatever it is your child is eating, or you are eating routinely, and you can set it and forget it. I really like that. The other very intuitive thing that they've done is swapping between Fahrenheit and Celsius. So basically, all you have to do is hold down the temperature button for 3 seconds, and it changes it to Celsius. Hold it back down, changes it to Fahrenheit. Love that. Just love it. They have 2 other functions that I personally don't use, and I'll tell you whether or not you should. They have a preheat function. I don't use it. I'm lazy. I'm efficient. All of my recipes are written so that you put all the food in, you walk away, and the preheat time is baked in into the cooking time. Baked in, haha. Anyway, so I don't often use that, but if you like to use that, if you're really trying to char the surface of something, you know, you might want to use that. So there's a preheat function, and the shake function is an automatic one that comes in about halfway through the cooking and beeps 5 times, and the shake button comes on and you can go shake your food. I'm gonna make some Char Siu chicken because you know, you can always buy, this is a Chinese roast pork type recipe. You can always buy pork, roast pork, but a lot of people don't eat roast pork. You could be like me, you could live in the suburbs, you have to drive half an hour each way just to get Char Siu anything. So I tend to make mine at home. I have a recipe in the blog that I'm going to link to. You can go make your own sauce from scratch. You can control how much sugar goes in. If you're having a particularly lazy day, I will give you a link to this sauce, which is my favorite. This is the Lee Kum Kee Char Siu sauce. It's basically a sweet, sticky, tangy, 5 spicy tasting mix. If you have not had, you absolutely must. It's delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna spread this out here and show you how it'll work. Now the meat's gonna shrink as you go along, so it's okay to overlap it a bit, but I'm not gonna stack it. Okay, look. £1.50, and the basket is not even beginning to be full. Nowhere near full. I could put in, oh, easily 2.5 times this much chicken. So you turn it on. We're gonna start with our chicken setting. I feel that that is too high. I'm gonna turn my temperature down to 350, and I'm going to turn my time down to, let's start with 8 minutes. When you're cooking in an air fryer, a thermometer is going to be your best friend, especially if you cook my recipes that are covered in spices and saucy goodness. You cannot look at it and know if it's going to cook or not. So you definitely need a thermometer. Okay, so here's my 350 at 8, and actually I'm just going to preset it to this. There you go, it's preset. And I'm going to press start. The chicken's coming along nicely. I can shake it or not, or whichever. I need 165 for chicken. It's not there yet. Yep, 152-ish. I'm gonna jack up the temperature to kind of broil the food. So I'm gonna, oh look, it goes up to 400. A lot of them will only go up to 390. Not a huge difference. Anyway, I'm gonna do 400. I'm gonna do 2 minutes, and let's start it. All right, here we go. So if you turn the heat up and caramelize them, you see it looks actually quite delicious. See that? Can you see it? That's a pretty nice caramely looking piece of chicken. 2 things about this. One, remember I said it shakes, it gives you a shake reminder halfway through it? I was wrong. So it will give you a shake reminder, but apparently, according to this manual, which I will promptly lose, it only gives you a shake reminder for certain functions. Now, some of that is intuitive to me because it'll give you a shake reminder for frozen foods, French fries, and vegetables. Okay, now, cleaning. The thing that you most care about for cleaning is that you should not be scrubbing your air fryer. I want you to hear me on this. All those reports you see, people telling you the non-stick finish came off, you know, I need something that's not non-stick, etc., etc. It's because they are spending way too much time and energy cleaning up their inside baskets. Here's what you should do. Take some soap, take some hot water, put a little bit of dish soap, put some hot water, walk away. For 20 minutes, just walk away. Come back and everything will slide straight off. You won't have to scrub, you won't have to do anything. And sometimes for a deep clean, I'll just put it in the dishwasher at that point. Don't stand there scrubbing. This basket comes out really easily. All I had to do was push this forward and press a button. So what do I think about this? As I said earlier, I love Cosori for a few reasons. They get great consumer reviews, obviously, on Amazon. I love the square basket design, and I love that they don't cost an arm and a leg. They're reasonably priced for an air fryer. You're gonna get a lot of use out of it, and they've got good capacity. Would I buy this one over their other one without the presets? Me personally, I don't tend to cook the same foods over and over and over. But if you do, if you cook the same things over, you've got young children in the house, or someone who doesn't want to be bothered with having to remember time and temperature, the preset function is super handy. So yes, I would definitely recommend this. This is the 5.7. That one back there is the 3.7 quarts. You saw the difference in how much they accommodate, but they're both really, really good air fryers, and I am really happy with this one. I'm Urvashi. My blog is TwoSleevers.com. This was a review for a Cosori 5.7 with the customizable presets. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for watching.